start the recording? Oh, good. We are going. So first off, welcome everybody to our Monday night Stronger Together Team Huddle. And we have some serious celebrating to do because, well, first off, before we get to like the big one, I want to celebrate Jen for getting her 8 enrollments and winning the $200 for just cash, but also the 4 nights of the nation, which is worth over $1,000 for celebrations. So, and 4 in one day. I mean, that was awesome, Jen. Congratulations. Thank you. And to Hannah, who literally has been on for a week and got her celebration ticket, got her flight to Celebration, hit consultant. And Hannah, you were down, like 8 pounds in the
first... 8 pounds and about 3.5 inches.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which
one.
Amazing.
Yeah, and she's got 2 people in the UK who are looking at it, so she's going to be building internationally like right away, which is awesome. I mean, she has the advantage of having family there.
Yeah, being British. Yeah.
And then I really want to celebrate Dawn, who, oh my goodness. So Dawn, and I'm going to let her tell the story, but last week alone, she hit Crystal Executive, which is huge accomplishment. Earned, $1,000 for hitting Crystal Executive. Hit the 5-cycle bonus, so $250 for hitting the 5-cycle bonus. Hit 1 star, another $500 for hitting 1 star, and qualified for our totally lavish stay at the big mansion leadership retreat in Arizona in late September, early October, and just absolutely incredible. And what she did, I mean, it's classic to everybody who's ever done this. I've seen it over and over again, but the way Dawn explains it is just incredible. So Dawn, do you want to tell us what this was like? Walk us through the journey of from the time, you were, walk us through your journey.
Okay. Well, the journey started the day I enrolled, and which happened to be the day that I got the vision. Some people enroll for the product and then see what this can be, but for me, I saw it right away because I was looking for something like this. And so I wanted it bad, and yes, I was looking. My dad always did that song, Up in the Air, Junior Bird Band. I was looking and I found this, I saw it right away and I thought, oh, I can do that. And I think I've told this story before, I was so excited, and I still am, but I was so excited, I can do this. And the thing is, get to executive as fast as you can. That's the thing. You want to build this, you get to executive as fast as you can. Once you're an executive, you get in the pools, and you can participate in some director pools, but executive pools is where the money is. And that's how leaders are developed. That was what I had to do. So I had that Crystal Executive map that I printed out. I had it in my bathroom. I had it in my kitchen. I had it in 2 places in my office. I had sticky notes on a bulletin board in my office, blank spots of, I'm going to fill all this in. And it was a journey. I had my product experience, and, I was kind of focused on losing the weight, but I was focused on sharing. I had a launch party, and some people came, and some people enrolled, and then, then they fell off. And my journey was I had this fear, and I had this, I was scared to talk to people. I didn't like talking to people. I didn't want to talk to people, but I knew I had to, and so I had to kind of do the personal development. I went to the events, read the books, I listened to the podcasts, and I just kept going. But I went to Vegas in celebration that August. I started in February. I went in August as a consultant. And, you know, I was supposed to be crystal director by then, or crystal executive by then, and I wasn't. And I didn't like the way that felt at all. Got fired up at celebration, like I can do this, and then I came back, and you know, a lot of kind of shit hit the fan personally, like with my family and my kids, and I had a lot going on. Not whatever, I got distracted, and maybe, you know, whatever. Here I was again, NYKO in January. Here I am, 1 year into my journey, still a consultant, and just did not like the way that felt either. And so I went to one more event, Most Powerful Women Network Marketing, and I had this breakthrough there where I was able to get over my fear of talking to people. And it came from confidence and lack of posture and certainty and belief in myself. And it's just all like kind of came together. And I started talking to people, had the confidence, and I started creating consultants and hit manager and hit director. And that was really exciting. And so I'm like, okay, so I'm going to hit crystal executive. I knew that if I went to celebration again, year number 2, not hitting crystal executive, I would be disgusted with myself. I made these promises to my family. Like, my husband's up there making dinner, dealing with the kids. He's worked all day, and I'm down here on calls. And, you know, I've got the headphones on all the time, and they're like irritated because I'm unavailable. I'm like, they are sacrificing, and I couldn't show up for them, you know, without doing this. And so it was a total, absolute must that I hit crystal executive. And I was scared of the pain and the fear and the disgust that I would have with myself if I didn't do it. So I'd hit crystal director. Now I need 4 more consultants in a month. And Lisa called me, and she's like, okay, we got 1 month left. And she really had me looking at it. She's like, and this is when she said there's strategy here. And I'm like, what are you talking about? It's the same strategy as before, right? Enroll people, create consultants. That's all you do. I'm doing that as fast as I can. And I'm like, well, I didn't understand what strategy. What are you talking about? And so she started, and so I asked questions, and she showed me how. So getting to crystal director, manager, director, executive, got to work with your person who's done it before, because they will show you how. Lisa showed me how. She saw me look at the crystal executive map in a totally different way other than I had ever looked at it before. How it's like a big puzzle where you fill on the pieces. So, well, first of all, there were some June launch parties. So I sent emails to so many people. I talked to people that I did not want to talk to, even though I had this new confidence. That still scared me. I mean, I sent these emails, like hundreds. I used my Google Streak, and I sent out hundreds of email and follow-ups. And so I was talking to a lot of people. So I had seeds being planted, and I had a seed that I planted a year ago, and she just kind of came to life. That's like right at the right time. She was like, so tell me about, so you're still doing this. Okay. And so tell me a little bit more. And, you know, she wanted to lose some weight, and she saw that I've been doing it for a year. We had coffee, we met. And so with my posture and my confidence, I enrolled her, but I also enrolled her husband. He wasn't there. I'm like, you have to do this with your husband, because you don't want to bring a box home and do this by yourself and like have him cooking. You got to do this together. You're going to like, and so I enrolled her to enroll her husband. And when you have a couple and they're buying enough, you can create a consultant that way. And I had another seed that I planted like back when we learned we were going to the UK. I asked people that I knew, who do you know in the UK? Well, there's I got introduced. I actually didn't get their contact, but they gave my email to somebody in the UK. And that person like 6 weeks ago came and said, oh, I'm ready to buy some shakes. I'm in the UK. And I've been working and following up with her for 6 weeks. She's super scattered. She was like, wouldn't respond. Sometimes she didn't want to give me her credit card, didn't know how to deal with the computer. And I'm like following up. Finally, I got her to go online and I gave her the screenshots. You got to just fill out the form. You get the shake. She's like, oh, duty tax. We're going to have to pay duty tax. I'm like, no duty tax, I promise. And finally she couldn't do it. And I'm like, look, I'll pay for you. You send me a PayPal for the amount. Will that work? She's like, oh yeah, that'll work. So I'm like, oh, get her done. You know, like one more. I just needed more enrollments, you know. She didn't turn into a consultant, but I needed that BV. So here's where it all came together. So where Lisa was helping. So I've got everything in a spreadsheet. You might have paper, you might have sticky notes, but I needed it laid out because that's way too many pieces for me to keep in my brain. I knew I had this solid consultant. They ordered all 3 of them. They were active and they were good through, you know, June, whatever. This consultant, I knew exactly when they would fall off. For every single one of them, I needed to know what date they would fall off in their 5-day grace period. And I had it all lined up. And I had one gal who had going to fall off on June 16th, the 16th or the 18th, because she'd ordered 35 days prior. Her 2 people were still active, but she didn't want to do it anymore. So I saw everything kind of coming together. And on June 16th, this one girl would fall off. That'd be one less consultant that I wouldn't have. And I thought, if I can make this happen by June 16th, I'll hit my goal. And so I knew exactly what I needed to do to make that happen. So I'm looking at my notes. What else did I do? So I had another couple consultants that, like, they didn't order quite 100 BV. It was like 58 BV or 62, and one was like 94. And if I could get them all to 100, then I would have a consultant. Mocha shake. How easy is that? Place your orders for mocha shakes. This is best stuff ever. So they bought mocha shake. And then I saw one gal who was going to cycle 3 times if she got to consult. She'd been thinking about it. And I pointed out to her, I go, hey, you're going to cycle 3 times. Here's what that means. Basically, you're going to get a Visa card in the mail with $200. And it's if you just share it with that person at work that you've been talking about, just put them on the phone call with me, you know. And so I had lots of irons in the fire, and so the other thing was focus. Like Lisa called me on a Monday, and she's like, "Okay, we got a month." And then I looked at it at the spreadsheet, and I saw that one girl would fall off on the 18th. If I could just fill in those pieces by that date, I would hit my goal. And I'm going to be honest, I stayed at Crystal Executive for 1 day. No longer paid as executive because that gal fell off, but I hit it. I hit it. And it means so much to me. And so the fear of going to Celebration, not having hit it, drove me with focus. First thing I woke up in the morning, thought about it all day long, had my spreadsheet open. I was just like, my husband, there was like a freaking tornado going on in my house with kids and activity and dinner. And I just I'm just so heads down and focused. I can't think about anything else. Focus and looking at that spreadsheet. And what else can I say that I did? So came down to, I saw I could hit Crystal Executive. And I also saw, and this is where Lisa helped me. She's like, you're so close to 1 star. You're going to hit Crystal Executive. You're making that happen. But if you do this much more, you'll hit 1 star. And I hadn't seen that. I didn't even have that on my radar. I was like, whoa, oh my God, that would be awesome. That wasn't even driving me to go to Celebration or whatever. But wow, bonus. So I saw that. And this is, I didn't know, there's like this, like, it's not just cycles, there's other things at play, like your PIDs count and matching cycles. I saw that she helped me see that someone was going to cycle when they got to consultant, and those cycles count towards a cycle, whatever. It's complicated, but I obviously can't explain it because I don't understand it, but whoever you're working with will help you. So when she helped me see that, I came down to one pack. If I could sell one more pack, it had to be a premium pack because I needed $50 in PIBs that would count towards that one more cycle. And I just sent out the emails again to the people, and this time to the ones that gave me the kind of wormy responses that seemed positive, that showed me a little hint of interest. So I narrowed it down to just those people, and I sent them an email that said, that was like, normally I wouldn't give this much like in an email, but I know I was going to give my double PIB to them if they enrolled in a pack. And again, that was something that didn't even occur to me. Lisa helped me see. If you enroll someone in a premium pack, you get $100 in double PIBs, and you could give it to that person back, so they're getting a great deal. And you'll hit your goal, you'll make it. So working with my person to help me see all of these strategies that I did not know were there. There's no way I could have done this if I didn't have Lisa helping me every step of the way. I could not have done it alone. There's no way. I got outside my comfort zone. I talked to people that scared the out of me to talk to them. So I was so insecure around them because I think they're so much better than me. I'm like, oh, I don't want to talk to you. It was great. I got way outside my comfort zone. And focus. So that's what I did.
So what I want to really point out here, guys, is, and Dawn's saying she's really focused. She was really focused for really a week. It was 1 week. I talked to her on a Monday. She hit Crystal Executive on Friday. And she hit 1 star on Sunday. And she wasn't even thinking, now she had the 6 consultants. She had to create. But it all comes down to deciding. She decided. She made a decision. And she basically said, it is happening. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm not going to Celebration unless I just can't do that. So she made the decision, and then she got into massive action, and things came that she didn't even think about. This gal enrolled as a consultant, came in, boom. This first person she created as a consultant. I don't think it was the first person, but it was one of the few people that she created as a consultant on day 1. She enrolled as a consultant. She saw other things. So really what this shows everybody is, whatever your goal is, decide. Mm-hmm. Decide. Just make the decision. Say, it is going to happen. Then connect with the person who's done it before, and have them lay it out. Go through the ideas. But yes, Don?
I just wanted to say one more thing. It was really important that I share. I forgot to mention it. Is that so I did stuff that scared me, and I sent out emails to so many people and talked to a lot of people. But I wanted to go to Celebration with that title and that lanyard that said Crystal Executive so bad. I wanted it more than I didn't want to talk to those people. I wanted it more than I didn't want to send an email to hundreds of people and put myself out there in fear of rejection. So that hunger, that desire is what drove my actions. Thought that was important that I share that.
It's absolutely important. So you guys, we'll wrap it up with a few things, but any questions for Dawn? Anything you guys want to say? I mean, it was huge what she did. Anybody?
That is awesome, Dawn. I seriously am so I have been driving towards some goals myself, and whenever someone that, and I've never met you in person, but whenever someone that I feel like I've gotten to know through these Monday night calls and through Stronger Together pages, like hits a goal, it's like, yes. And then sometimes I'm like, wait, do they know that I know that? Right? I'm like commenting on people's posts like they're my best friends. Like, we've never met, but I follow you and watch you all the time. So I'm so inspired by what you accomplished, Dawn. Can I ask one detail question?
Yeah.
How, from when you started until when you hit Crystal Executive, which sounds like it was what, like 15 months, right? Or 18 months?
18
How many
months.
people did you enroll total?
Gosh, I don't know. 35, 40?
35 or 40? Okay.
20? 30-ish? Between 30 and 40, I think.
Okay.
And a lot of those people, you know, they fell off. They stopped buying the product. But a lot of people
Those are great
still buy I have like 4 or 5 people that still buy a canister, a shake a month.
I have, yep. Okay, that's awesome odds then. So of 30 people that you enrolled, 10 went to consultant. That's insane.
Well, and
they're very effective.
Most of those were people like, I want to share this with other people, but some of those were couples where I showed them, I did it for them. Like, you're buying enough BV to create a consultant, 100 for you and 200 on each side. And then they get the check. Because my goal is to show them the money. I want them to get that Visa card so bad so they can see once they start getting paid, then, you know, because they can't stay at 300 BV a month. You know, most people aren't going to do that. It's not sustainable, but I want them to get that Visa card so bad because then they see all this works. And I had several people like that.
That's awesome.
We could talk more about that, Jen, strategy-wise.
Yeah.
And Shelly, did you have a question? You're muted.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I did. That's, first of all, it's just amazing. I mean, it's so inspiring watching you. So congratulations. So in your email, did you mostly send emails or texts, or was it emails? And then you were, did you tell them about Isagenix, or it was just more kind of, creating curiosity and asking them to connect, and then you brought it up, or how did you go about that?
Over the course of this year, I've been reaching out to individual people on my list, either by text, email, whatever, saying, hey, trying to get them on the phone call, trying to create a curiosity and get them on the phone call and share that with them what I'm up to. And that's worked really well. For inviting to this event in June, what I did over the past month was I sent an email using Google Streak. So I just had to pick the people and send the one email, and it went to all of them individually. And that was, hey, I don't know if you're interested. I'm having this event. I would love to have you come. I don't know if you know, last year, I lost some weight, gained some energy. I feel terrific on this new nutritional cleansing program. We're having this event. It's just a brief, casual, educational event. We'd love to see you there if you're interested. If not, no worries. So I threw that out there, and then I can't remember if I put the date in there too. And then and then I tracked their responses. And there's a lot of people, it looked like an individual. It didn't look like an individual email from me, because that's how Google Streak works. And so a lot of people responded, hey, I can't make it, or I'm interested, but shoot, the date doesn't work. And I had a lot of non-responses. And so every single person that responded, I responded right back right away. I was like, timing was really important. Like, hey, no problem. We're going to have a couple more this summer. I'll let you know about those. Or I would say, would it be okay if I let you know about our next events? And just trying to keep some of the, a couple people are like, oh, is this Isagenix? Oh, I already use Isagenix. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. I'm going to put you off my list. And then all the people that didn't respond, I tracked that and then sent them a follow-up email the day before the event. Hey, since you didn't respond to my email, I'm just following up. I wanted to make sure you knew about my event. I'd love to see you there. And that email got like huge response. Everyone said, I'm sorry. Like everyone said, I'm sorry. They felt like they'd been called out, like you didn't respond to my email. Like but they were like, they're reading it, you know? And I said, I'm sorry, I can't make it, or I'm sorry, it's too busy, or something like that. You know?
And so that was to a launch party that you had, that you invited them to? Okay.
Yeah. And so that even though some of the people didn't come, they're like, well, what is this? And I'd like get them on the phone, or, you know, meet for coffee, or send them a link.
What was the thing you mentioned? Google what?
Streak. Streak. And if you search YouTube for Beachbody Streak, there's a network marketing gal that does these videos, that kind of tutorial videos to show you how.
Okay, thank you. Awesome, congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, and I just want to, first of all, Dawn, you rock my world. Like, everything you shared tonight was incredible. And for everyone to know, like, I want you to know that there was a point that Dawn was sitting there listening to someone else's, you know, breakthrough, and probably feeling like, like, when is mine coming?
Yeah.
But it really isn't so much about, like, what she said in emails or, like, the messages she sent out. She made a decision first, and all those actions came from within the context of that decision. And as leaders, we always talk about how I wish there was a way to, like, give you like this magic juice that would have you, like, just step into that decision and experience what it feels like to go through what Dawn just did. But there's no way to describe it from standing on the other side. It happens the moment you make the decision and you go all in. It's like things move out of your way. You start to get more focused in your actions and taking actions you never would have taken before, bold actions. And that's where the results come from. So the biggest thing I can say is just keep pouring into personal development. You can make your decision at any point you want. You could make a decision this week and just say, okay, this week I'm going to enroll 2 people. You could just start with the small decisions that then build up to the bigger ones that we're going to do as a team. So you're just amazing, Dawn. Thank you so much for sharing your heart and your breakthroughs with all of us. I got a ton out of that.
Oh, thank you.
So you know, we're at our 7 o'clock, but I just want to put it out there. You know, right now, everybody, I mean, Jen's hit her 8. I'm sure you're going for 10, so you can go to the party. But we can all, Dawn's big breakthrough came at an event. Breakthroughs happen at events. Mm-hmm. And so celebration is our next big event. And everybody, I will tell you, it changed my life. It will change your life. You want to get to that event, but you know, this can help you get to that event. But it's going to create, you know, make the decision that you're going to get to your 8. And then we're going to have some other stuff coming up in July, you know, some big team pushes to really get people to the next level after that. But set your sights on those 8, or set your sights on whatever it is for you, but draw that line in the sand, because when you do, and we all know, having gone through it, the leaders know, we can hear it in the voice. I knew when I was talking to Dawn, it was like, she was like, this is happening. There was such certainty. And she didn't know how it was going to happen. She had no clue how it was going to happen. But it came together. So decide. So with that, everybody have a fantastic rest of your evening. And anything else? Does anybody have anything else they want to share? Okay, well, so I'll give a big shout out to Dawn and congratulations. Unmute yourself and let's do some woo!
Awesome.
Way to go, Sean!
Woohoo!